All right, in this video, I'm going to go through and cover page 3 of your study guide. So the first two questions here say to solve using the quadratic formula. So I am going to write out the quadratic formula very quickly, and I'll put it right here. So x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So for problem number 12, it is in standard form, so it's equal to 0, so that's good. All right, let's say a is equal to 2, b is equal to -7, and c is equal to -3. So x is equal to the opposite of b. Well, b is -7. Let's go ahead and make that +7, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a is 2, c is -3, all over 2 times a. All right, so my handy dandy calculator is sitting next to me, so I'm going to put this whole chunk in the calculator. So that's going to be the quantity -7 squared. Make sure you use parentheses. Minus 4 times 2 times -3, and I'm getting 73 there. All over 2 times 2 makes 4. If I think about trying to break down root 73, that is not going to happen, so I'm done. All right, there's no breaking down here. 73 is definitely not a perfect square, so problem number 12 is completed. All right, sliding on over to number 13 here, still using the same formula, quadratic formula up at the top, but this time it's not in standard form, so let's get it in standard form. So x squared minus 10x minus 3 is equal to 0. My brain's already trying to factor it, and I know it's not factorable. And even if it was, I specifically said in the directions to solve by using the quadratic formula. So a is 1, b is -10, c is -3. So let's see what we got here. X is equal to the opposite of b. Well, b is -10, so the opposite would be +10. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. All right, so in my handy dandy calculator, I'm going to put this square root mess in here, and that should be 112. Okay, it is, all over 2. And I'm pretty sure while 112 isn't a perfect square, I'm pretty sure I can break it using a perfect square. So let's see, if I do 112 divided by 16, that works nicely. So that's going to be 16 times 7. So this is going to be x is equal to 10 plus or minus 4 root 7 all over 2. But wait, because 10, 4 root 7, and 2 are all divisible by 2, let's go ahead and divide that out. So it's going to be 5 plus or minus 2 root 7. No denominator anymore. There is my lovely little answer. Okay, so 12 and 13 are done for solving with quadratic formula. All right, problem number 14 and 15 are complex numbers. Problem number 14, we've got to do a multiplication. So remember, this is just binomial expansion. So we're going to multiply here. That's 12. Let's multiply here. That's positive 12i minus 8i, and then minus, what would that be, 8i squared. Gentle reminder that I squared is equal to -1. So where I have this I squared here, this is really -1. So if I combine some like terms, -8 times -1 is +8, plus 12 makes 20. There's my real number component, and 12i minus 8i would be +4i. So that is number 14, multiplying out those complex numbers. Number 15, you are dividing complex numbers, which means you are going to be using your conjugate. The conjugate of 8 minus 10i is 8 plus 10i. So conjugate pair here, 8 plus 10i. What you do to the denominator, do to the numerator. All right, full distributive properties. That's going to be 40 plus 50i minus 32i minus 40i squared all over Multiplying out the denominator now, so that's going to be 64 plus 80i minus 80i. Let's see, minus 100i squared. Ooh, these are some fun little numbers going on here. All right, in the numerator, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to combine the I terms, so the imaginary component, and I'm going to combine the real component. Now remember, I squared is negative 1, so it's going to be negative 40 times negative 1. That's going to be positive 40. Positive 40 and 40 makes 80, plus whatever 50 minus 32 is. It's going to be 18. Denominator-wise, we're going to have, let's see what we got here. Those two cancel, right? So positive 80i minus 80i. And then I've got negative 100 times negative 1, so 100 plus 64. So 164. Now I'm going to split it into its two components. So you're going to have 80 over 164 plus 18 over 164i. Reduce, reduce, reduce. I am throwing that in a calculator as we speak, or as I speak. So this is going to be 28, no, what is that, 20 over 41 plus 18 over 164. And that is going to be 9 over 82i. There is my complex number solution. So remember, whatever your denominator is, if it is a binomial, right, a complex number written in a plus bi or a minus bi, you're going to need to use its conjugate to get rid of the I in the denominator. All right. Last two problems on the page are the operation questions. Remember, these operators have to be defined for you. So in this particular problem, we're going to start right here. So we're going to do three, I don't know, I'll call this horseshoe. 3 horseshoe negative 6. So if I find horseshoe here, here we go. Here is 3, here's negative 6. So, I don't draw that symbol very well. My 3 value, my a value, I'm going to square it, minus 3 times negative 6. So this turns into, let's throw it on a calculator. I believe I got 27 here. So now this becomes for other symbol, 27. So that's going to be right here. All right, so actually, let me do a slight cut and paste. Oh, no, I had it. I'm trying to copy it. There we go. Paste it. I'm just putting that here to organize my world. All right, so this is going to be 4 and then 27. So let's see, 27 minus 4 squared. So 27 minus 4 quantity squared. I'm going to get this is equal to 529. And in terms of answers, don't box up both of these. This is the final answer. This is the only one I'm looking for. All right, so number 16 is done. Let's take a look at number 17 here. We've got two operators. We've got asterisk, and we've got pound sign, or hashtag, whatever you want to call it. We are going to start in the inside part here, and we're going to do hashtag first. So negative 4 and 3. It's going to be negative 4 squared minus 3 squared. Throw that in a calculator. Make sure I use my calculator correctly. And minus 3 squared. Okay, apparently I can't use my calculator correctly. Let's try that again. All right, negative 4 squared minus 3 squared. So that I got to be 7. So then if I do, it's going to be 7 asterisk 1. So 7 and 1. So if I put these in the right places, let me give myself a little divider here, so pay attention. So that's going to be 1 minus 7 squared. So 1 minus 49 is going to be negative 48, and that is your final answer for number 17. So please make sure you're doing whatever is inside the parentheses first, using the appropriate operator as defined in the problem. Remember, you don't have to memorize these, you just have to be able to use them.